everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you have a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better. The following video was taken on stream as I was trying to test everything out in the first couple days. So there will be some of me interacting with chat, but I'll try to narrow it down to make it as focused as possible for you. Hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. But we're going to start with Akshan. We have pretty much all the nodes other than the 6-star. So countdown effects activate twice. Plus power when they count down, summon a Warlord's Palace, 4-star giving us that time dedication, mana flow, revive, Excavator's Charge on support champions, grappling hook as stopwatch. That one's really good. Your units have faded, and then your landmarks have these bonus nodes. The build we are going to go for, we're going to test out his relic, the Scoundrel Hunter. So Challenger, when you play a champion, summon Warlord's Palace, advance 2 rounds. Been really solid so far. And then Echoing, really good because we get bunch more copies of Akshan, so we're almost guaranteed to have him at the start of the game. If something does happen to him, we can normally play another one, which isn't that bad with the Scoundrel Hunter. It's like, oh no, we have to just replace him and get more cooldown for our Warlord's Palace. But then we also get a bunch of his champion spell, which is now burst speed, takes out an enemy target, and also helps our landmarks count down. And then last one, just going to throw on a Spirit Forge just to try to get all of the epics for him. So let's grab this here and see how we do. The first time each unit targets a single unit with a spell each round, copy with the same targets. Alrighty. Alright, support champion. Samira is interesting. I do like another cheap champion. Sure, we can go ahead and grab her. Let's see what we can get for power. Phalanx will be very nice since we already do targeting. Phalanx is probably one that's going to be like the best. Stun the strongest back row enemy. Here to help. Sure, we can grab Rictus. Give an enemy -2 power. Stun an enemy. Having one copy of this with Farsight isn't too bad. I don't like that this is more expensive, but still, Clockwork Curator is quite nice. When I'm summoned, summon a back alley barkeep. Stasis statue, this actually could be pretty busted now that I think about it. So you obliterate an ally, summon a stasis statue, which is something with countdown 1. This is then going to count down, and then you'll get 2 copies of your unit. That actually could be crazy. Like, I like this Hero's Horn, but I kind of want to try this. I think we'll just go for Thorn of the Rose. Fill your hand with gems. Honestly, that could be okay. Some of these are fine, but kind of want to get something a little bit more impactful for us. Sure, the Rock Bear Shepherd is pretty solid. Elixir of Iron is decent just targeting. Let's try one more reroll. Countdown 1, create 2 lucky finds in hand. That would give us a lot of targeting. Sure. Alright, let's try to go for... Wait, do we not have everything? Oh, we have one more. This can actually be okay. And let's go for Sparring Student. This looks fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop this right here. So it's already down to a 4. This goes off twice, gives us even more. Yeah, let's go ahead and kill this guy. So he's going to level. So if we had him at 6 stars, this second round we would be stealing their mana. One thing I actually kind of like to do is drop a Sandstone Charger just to get for the blockers. Like, the extra draw can be good, but we do kind of have a full board at the moment. This just helps dissuade them from actually trying to attack us. Sure, I guess we can actually drop Shepherd. I think let's target our Akshan. And yeah, we didn't want to do anything, not a surprise. Do we care about the hibernating Rock Bear? When you summon another ally, advance your highest countdown landmark 1. Sure. Alright, this will give us some more for our Warlord's Horde. Let's drop this right here. So yeah, this is one of those times that if we could have like Overwhelm, we'd be in a very good position. Let's go for the Font of Power. And let's do this one more time. Just having that amount of cost reduction is very, very good. So let's play some of these grappling hooks now and try to just get rid of a lot of their units. And also we're getting another Warlord's Horde. Sometimes you can get this to trigger multiple times. I don't think we really have any other self-targeting. Like that one can work. Hourglass can kind of work. I think we can go ahead and attack. And GG. Let's go for Grandfather Fey. Game start, they summon Grandfather Fey. Round start, create a random Fey in the foe's hand. All right. Sure. This is fine. So let's again go ahead and drop him right here. So we'll be able to buff him up and attack like this. And once again, the second round. Get this going. So the amount of draw we actually get is pretty solid. Another Akshan, that's really good. Starting to stockpile some of his grappling hooks for later on can be quite solid. I think let's go ahead and try to reduce that one down. Alright, so that's elusive. We're not really going to be able to do anything to stop that. We could try to hit it with a Scrying Sands to make it hit us not as hard, but I think I want to try to get this to count down next round. So I think let's actually do a time and dedication right here. And sure, let's predict one more, grab another Akshan. That sounds great. Alright, so we will drop this right here. Sad that we're still paying full price for it, but yeah, our cards are a little full. But I kind of don't want to play anything. I don't want to just like play anything that's going to take time. So I don't want them to be able to play a blocker. So let's just attack like this. So another great thing about the Jhin is, not Jhin, Akshan, is the amount of flexibility you have. When those pop and you have the option of the 3 different choices, there are actually different reasons to choose each one. And you're not just like, okay, always go for this one, all situations. It's like, that's really not the case. Shapestone isn't too bad. So I do like the flexibility you have. Like that's one thing I love with a lot of champions, when you have options and you're able to use a spell in different ways. I really, really like that. And Akshan with triggering those landmarks, and this isn't something that rarely happens, so it's quite nice. We'll go for the double attack. Normally he is getting blocked, but in some situations we'll be able to attack and hit something twice. Sure, we'll go for Kelp Maidens. Let's get rid of most of these. This one's not bad, but still.
I don't need rules to know good from bad.
Alright, so again, we're gonna do this here, especially since it gets doubled. We'll get rid of that one.
Talk is worthless. We are what we do.
Yeah, the fact that we'd immediately steal mana right there would be so good. And here's a situation where if we wanted to go harder on the stealing mana, we could now drop our Samira, and she's going to play another Warlord's Palace from our Scoundrel Hunter. So we'd be able to get not only the Warlord's Horde, but also a Warlord's Palace again, and we could start counting that down again. Now, we don't really need that, but that is something we definitely could do. All right, we have, again, a pretty full hand.
Righteously reclaiming.
I think here we'll just summon some blockers. This is a countdown 1, so this would pop next round, which honestly wouldn't be too bad. I think let's play this here and drop this one right there. We're kind of just trying to get things out of hand right now, because we can overdraw a lot, which is one thing we're trying to avoid. So right here, we're playing all these ones that cost nothing. Ooh, that Overwhelm is going to be busted. And then this will pop our... we already have pretty much all of these. Our landmark. So now we can go for draw 2, your cards cost 2 less. It's very good to just be able to set up massive amount of cost reduction. So now we can start playing these grappling hooks for free because they get 1 cost reduction from Akshan with echoing, and then the 2 from using his landmark twice. We can just play it for free right here, get rid of their blockers, but then also start summoning our another Warlord's Horde. Every time we're playing this, it's further counting down, which is further buffing up our units. And here we could play a whole bunch of things, but let's just attack before they can drop any blockers. And GG. I don't really want either of these, so I guess we'll go here. We have Slotbot or Shop. Let's go for the Shop. I think that's fine. Yeah, I don't think we have anything that really would stop this from being good. I think we're okay. How many cards we at? We're at 29. Yeah, I think we're fine right now. Everything's going pretty well. And even though we did just get that power, I think we still want to try to get our deck a little bit more refined. And let's go for Veigar. Fun. All right, let's look at his effect. The first time the foe plays a unit each round, it plays Darkness randomly on one of the player's allies or their Nexus. Well, that'll be a little scary. I don't want our Akshan to immediately die. I think we'll try to pass. Yeah, because that would have killed our Akshan.
Good people don't look the other way.
Let's go for a time and dedication.
In and out.
And yeah, let's just immediately kill Veigar. And once again, this is just going to count down immediately next round.
One scoundrel at
If we did have the Victor Relic, we could play that again. Or if we had Hidden Tome, we could immediately go get a strike off. We have a ton of Akshan in our hand already. Let's play this right here for the cost reduction, but then let's just drop some Chargers. We don't want to necessarily predict and draw 1 because our hand is already fairly full. We could go for Clockwork Curator. Could also get some kills right here. I don't want to play too many of these. We'll be able to play them next round. Let's drop this guy right here. Because, yeah, they're probably not going to want to attack anyways. So we will open with this one. Now we're going to go for the cost reduction. All right, so we're at 10 cards already, which isn't the best. Let's play this just to get it out of hand, just so we have room for another one of these. Now, we don't have Overwhelm, so if we could just get rid of their units, that would be pretty good. All right, so we could play a bunch more cards. We have Burst Speed if they wanted to try to drop any blockers, but we can just attack and should be able to end. All right, GG. Hey, look, Spell Shield. Pickaxe. Sure, we'll give him a little bit of protection. That's fine. Sorcery, that'll be very, very nice. Fast deal, share the bounty. Share the bounty is actually pretty good. When you target an ally with a single target spell, copy it on your weakest. So this would give us double targeting. So that's very solid. But with sorcery, we're just going to get extra targeting because we have more spells we can play regardless. But both these are really good. I think we'll go for the flexibility of sorcery. Let's go here for the champion item. Yeah, I've been very impressed with Akshan so far. Like, I knew when I saw him, a lot of people were like, oh, he looks so weak. And I was like, I don't think he's going to be. Like, it's hard to quantify his power before we actually played with him, especially for me, because I've never played with Akshan in PvP. I almost never grabbed him as a support champion because he wasn't that good. A lot of his effects, you kind of need to have him be built around, and we just give him as a support champion that normally doesn't work. But I was like, I think some of these effects can be pretty crazy, and yeah, after playing with him, he is insane. Let's give it to Samira. I think we can hold the Rock Bear Shepherd. We might play it. All right, so we can drop him right here. We get some targeting right here. We can go for a grappling hook.
Talk is worthless. We are what we do.
And I think this will actually be another situation where we end up going for the Sandstone Chargers just because it's a decent amount of damage that they can't really see coming, or they can't really stop.
How did that move go?
Ooh. That double Steel Tempest. Well, almost could have won right there.
Off we go! Blow down!
I think let's go for the Rock Bear Shepherd.
Your tail while I'm around.
And let's kill that unit right here. And let's kill that one right there. Let's draw some extra cards, which I was worried that we weren't going to have enough draw. But since you can level up these landmarks pretty quickly, it's not too bad. Here, we want to do another one. We also want to get the landmark back so we can start counting down again. Yeah, I think the Echoing is incredibly good.
This is justice.
Hopefully, we can get through this. Yeah, there we go. Let's make this free. All right, so this would make him free. So that's pretty awesome. Not that he's overly expensive, but yeah, that'll be nice. Copy on the same targets, heal an ally or your Nexus, draw one. Going up twice isn't bad. Sometimes we can overdraw. Summon your weakest follower from your deck. Honestly, just getting units on the board isn't too bad. We have 31 cards. It wouldn't be bad to get more of them. So I think let's go ahead and get this. Let's try one reroll, see if there's something else pretty good. Sure, we can get the quick quill right here. Not that it's crazy, we just like to try to hit the 40 cards, which whatever reward we get from here should be 2 more. Whatever we get from, like, this will give us 1 more copy. So I think we'll be kind of perfect, which means we won't be able to cut a card, but let's go for a Mirror Mage. Yeah, he is a 2-cost champion, so you can just be so aggressive with him early. So I think there's going to be a lot of situations where he could just outpace like a Nasus. I think let's actually open up with Samira, because our Akshan is going to be free.
I do not break rules, I bend them slightly.
I think I want to go here for the targeting.
Want to prove yourself? Now's your chance.
I don't think I really want to do the draw. We could grant allies 1 power, but I think I would rather just have units on the board that are going to be scaled up and be stronger here. Also, she's gonna level. Sure, we can kill that one.
Hold anything back. I won't. Isn't it thrilling?
So this won't get through the barrier.
This is justice.
All right, so we can attack like this. We'll drag this one aside. Even though we won't kill it, it is going to take 2 hits, meaning that's going to count down this landmark 2 times. So it's going to buff everything else up by 2 more. And this will be, yeah, enough to end. GG. I was a little worried that he was going to maybe struggle against units that were too big and that you wouldn't be able to scale up enough. I'm sure we can get more of this, but I think he's going to be really good. How did you beat Twisted Fate? Haven't tried it yet. We have not done any of these adventures off stream. We wanted our first time to be on stream. So this is our first time going through the Master Yi one. And yeah, we haven't done the Twisted Fate one yet. Deathless, Crystal Carrier. It's all fine, but I'd like something just a little bit better. Quick Attack can often actually get your Akshan killed, which can be fine if you want to replay him, but I think let's try one more. Empiric Scepter, yeah, I guess we'll go for the Crystal Carrier. We now perfectly have 40 cards, meaning we cannot cut any, so we'll take a 0 heal and go for the Master Yi. For the foe attacks, they swap their attackers with exact ephemeral copies, so that's going to be rough. Akshan will be good against big units' nightmares. Not necessarily, I just think it's not necessarily going to hard counter him like I thought it would. I thought he might just struggle and not be able to get, like, have enough scaling to get by. Here, I think he will be strong enough that you can still probably work around it. Now, you're not going to be the best for it, obviously. It's not like you are good into that. I just don't think you're going to be as hard countered as I thought he might be. Let's give it a quick quill. Have you tried Chosen? It's crazy how much he scales. No, but I know how good it's going to be. Because, yeah, with both the Augment and the Faded, yeah, I was able to see right away. I was like, oh, this is going to be crazy. Sure, let's drop this right here. We want to get the most from the cost reduction. So, gives us a ton of draw. Gives us a lot for our Warlord's Palace. Sure, we can drop Samira. Now we can go for Akshan. Stun an enemy, stun it again next round. Alright, rip to him. So we didn't have room for our double Relic of Power, which is a little sad. I think I will still go for the Sandstone Charger. Just so we have another unit going. We haven't targeted our Akshans. Let's do that right here. And then kill their Master Yi. We really need to focus on killing their units because they're going to be a problem next round.
Justice was fun. This is justice.
This should be fun.
Alright, so you, yeah, should block all of these, but we'll attack and see what they do.
Purge the impurities. I did my best.
Alright, we'll drop this so it can count down next round.
Brutal. Just how I like it.
So we got a ton of stuff going. One issue is that we don't have our relic, so we can't count it down at all from this targeting, which is a bit sad. But we're not really gonna have a way for him to strike at the moment. So I think we'll just do this here for getting some of this stuff out of hand, giving our units that
Try to keep up.
barrier. Alright, here let's go for a draw 2. We would love to get one of his champion cards. Did not get it. Let's try that again. Alright, there we go. So yeah, we want to go right here
You'll miss me.
so that he can trigger another Warlord's Horde. That also gave us our rally. So let's go ahead and try to attack and end. GG. Alright, that was very good. Him just at 5 stars is incredible. I think Echoing and his relic are both very, very good. Especially Echoing. His relic is nice. I think it's also going to be very solid with the 6-star just to try to get more of your landmarks counting down and triggering their effect. But Echoing, being able to get that strike going and counting down your landmarks even more is very, very good. I think he's going to be probably at least an A-tier champion. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. Also, if you want to see me playing any of this live, definitely check out the Twitch channel down below. Link is in that description. Hope you have a great rest of your day.